Alright, now that we've learned about DNA, it's time to apply that to our understanding of how the DNA fits into our cells and how that DNA communicates to the rest of the body what we should look like. So here we have pictures of our DNA inside of our cells. And our DNA doesn't just exist as random strands, but our DNA is seen here as distinct strands inside the cell. These strands have a special name, and those names are chromosomes. Here's a really zoomed in picture of a chromosome, and you can see this is a really long strand of DNA that's just going crazy, crazy, crazy side to side. Go ahead and draw this picture of the chromosome in your notes in the box in the top right hand corner. The best definition I've heard for what a chromosome is a tightly wrapped up piece of DNA. Of those tightly wrapped up pieces of DNA, you have 46 of them in your body, 23 from your mom and 23 from your dad. And as you think about chromosomes, it's best to think of them like a complete set of World Book encyclopedias. Just like encyclopedias contain the full breadth of knowledge that we had prior to the internet, in the same way, a complete set of chromosomes is the entire set of knowledge we need to create you. You get one set of encyclopedias from your mom and one set from your dad. Now, plants and animals don't have the exact same number of chromosomes as we do. You can see in this table that plants might have more or they might have less than us. Here's a picture of corn. It has 10 chromosomes from its mom and 10 chromosomes from its dad. Here is a table of different animals and the chromosomes that they have. Now, some things that might jump out to you as you look at this table is you see gorillas actually have more than we do. And look at these elephants and sheep and cows and even a donkey and a dog. A dog has 78 chromosomes. Isn't that crazy? We're supposed to be more complex than animals. Well, if we look at that dog's picture of chromosomes, we'll see that yes, they do have 38 times 2, including, don't forget this last pair, so it's actually 39 times 2. They do have 78 chromosomes, but look how small they are. They're itty bitty chromosomes. So though they have more in number, we have more overall DNA because our chromosomes are taller. Better luck next time, dog. Here's a picture of another animal. Now they have longer chromosomes like us, but they only have 5, 10, 15, 20 pairs, where we have 23 pairs. Eek, 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 eek. That's right, it's a mouse's chromosomes. So back to our picture of our chromosomes. Now when we're looking at these chromosomes, we'll see that this is a female's chromosome on the left, and they have 2 long chromosomes here at the end. And for boys, we have 1 long X chromosomes, but then we have a small little one that's just off my screen. There it is. That's our Y chromosome. And that's what distinguishes males from females. Females have 2 long X chromosomes. Males have 1 long X and 1 little Y. So back here in our notes, let's write down chromosome pair 23 are the sex chromosomes, with women having 2 X's that are long and guys having 1 long X and 1 short Y. Here's a funny way to look at the Y chromosome. This is an actual name of a gene that determines whether a baby is a boy or a girl, and the rest of these are really funny genes that sort of express what's unique in being a male. You can pause the video and have fun reading those. So now let's talk about genes. Now, genes are sections of chromosomes that code for a trait. And if you're thinking about chromosomes as an encyclopedia, this would be like if you opened up the encyclopedia and read different articles. Those articles represent the genes. Here in the picture, you'll see different colored bands. Each of those different bands are the different genes. And these bands would represent things like maybe this would be a gene for eye color, maybe this would be a gene for height, maybe this would be a gene for size. And then there's other things that aren't as visible. Maybe this is the gene for how to construct the shape of your heart, or your stomach, or to put your bones together. So every single set of instructions are on those chromosomes, and the specific instructions for a specific thing are called genes. Next, we're going to learn about karyotypes. Karyotypes are the official name for these pictures I've been showing you here in the video. In order to make a karyotype, you have to do the following. First, you take the blood out of someone's finger, put in a test tube, add a chemical that freezes the cell, add some water to make your cell swell up and pop. Then when you spin it around, all the heavy stuff sinks to the bottom. You put it on a slide, look at it under the microscope, you see a bunch of chromosomes, then you cut those chromosomes out and you line them up to see which chromosomes are missing and which chromosomes you have extra pieces of. So, what you want to write down in your notes is that a karyotype, above all, is a picture. They're arranged by height, and as you're looking at those chromosomes, you'll notice these longer chromosomes at pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, pair 4, they're the ones that have the most information, and the smaller chromosomes, while still important, have slightly less. We're going to go ahead and take a pause here for part 1 of our genetics notes. Tune back in for part 2 to learn specific disorders that karyotypes allow us to peek into and decipher during our karyotype lab. See you then.